Yes, yes, come in. I'll be right with you. Be not afraid of the darkness. It's only me. And you are another human. How strange. It's only been 5 or 6 months since the last one, and oh, that's how you found it. No use trying to lie, don't. It's hazardous to your health. Oh, too late. Fret not. It's a harmless hex and will wear off in time. Sit here. As long as you play nice and don't try anything else funny. I suppose it can't be helped. Loose lips sink ships, and in this case, spread supernatural secret shop situations as well. Don't push your luck. Well, I'm obligated to remind you that as long as you are here in my shop as a honest patron, then you are protected by the fairy accords, and as long as you're within these walls, no lasting harm will come to you. Don't push your luck. You've already experienced what can happen. Now, what do you need to have come all this way? Oh, right, you can't speak. No matter. Judging by the time of year and your age, the person you heard it from, and the color of your eyes, I can narrow it down. I need you to lower your expectations. I'm not a miracle worker. When humans find out about us, they come in with such grand expectations. But I don't deal with the dead. I do not deal love potions. And there are limits. Limits to what I'm able and willing to offer. There are limits to what you can afford. Limits to the legality of our transactions. But I can still make this visit worth your while. Let me find you a drink. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to describe a number of liquids in my possession. I may even let you taste one or two. And when your voice returns, you will tell me what you want. We will negotiate a price. We will shake on it. And when you wake on the well-worn sofa you slumber upon, you will use that communication device to let the other human know that telling others the way here is cheating. I don't like cheating. Understood? Good. Wait here. I'll go get the drinks. Sit down. You may be blinded, but I can see you just fine. Here we are. Oh, drinking vessels. Now, where did I put that skull? Just kidding. You're in luck. I've only recently refreshed my stock after some time away. Judging by that look, I assume you've been trying to get to me for some time. Well, I apologize. I ran into a string of complications. Some tragic, some frustrating, some joyous, such is life. But you understand all about that. You are here, after all. Come to think of it, it was the first day of spring when the other one visited, and now it's freshly autumn, and here you are. Curiouser and curiouser. Let's get to it. The first thing is in high demand, so let's get it out of the way. This fancy little bottle is bottled beauty. Now, beauty is temporary. You take a swig before an event, and it will give you 3 hours. It takes your inner desires of how you wish you looked and expresses them upon your flesh. Be realistic. It is not a polymorph potion, but it can tone muscle, fill out curves, carve bone structure, clear skin, smooth wrinkles, shorten, lengthen, thicken. You get the idea, so on and so forth. It makes you the most ideal version of the self. Now, it's very easy to get through quickly. Be mindful of the clock. And it doesn't stack. 1 swig every 3 hours. That's it. Here. Smell. It smells like pumpkin spice latte. Yes, I know. It's all the rage for the season. And beauty is so dependent on trends and beauty standards of your particular time and place. But the taste is tough to swallow. Wanting to be what you're not always leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's much better to appreciate yourself the way you are. Or at least find a glow-up that doesn't involve bartering with the fae. Anyway, if you want it bad enough to stomach the sweat of an athlete at a homecoming game, the aerosol hairspray of the 80s, and the feeling of just missing the bus as you are running up to it so that you have to stand there and watch it drive off, well, who am I to tell you no? You should try a sip of this, just to be sure you can swallow. Let it settle. There. Now, drink. Oh, that face. It must be every bit as bad as I remember. You see why I wanted to get it out of the way first. And the next drink is also popular, but the other way around. It smells like stepping in something wet, wearing only your socks. But it tastes like jokes around the campfire with your favorite people, because things are never quite as bad as they seem. If you're prone to melancholy, this brings mental and emotional comfort and contentment. It's fittingly blue. It will help you see the lighter side of whatever troubles you. Or if it's very bad, it will help you realize that dealing with that gets better in time, and you will smile again one day. Pour a mugful, enjoy with marshmallows, and you'll feel better for days. Highly recommended. Make sure to shake well. Now this one. This tastes like flirting in a corn maze and smells like warm apple cider. No, I didn't mix those two up. This will ensure the weather is exactly as you like. One shot gives you 1 hour. It is highly limited. One bottle, drunken in its entirety, gives you 1 full day of weather. You'll see why it's limited. Imagine the devastation on the ecosystem if things are too strange for too long. And you humans have done a number on climate as it is. You're in luck as well, because I never sell 2 bottles within 30 miles of each other. Can you imagine how strange it would be, the drama of the competing potions? So try not to travel with it. It's handy if you have an event outdoors that you'd like to be good, a nice clear day, or one you want to get rid of. But be considerate. No hail on someone else's wedding. Potion or no, malicious mischief comes with its own karmic retribution. Let's find you something else to try. This. This tastes like walking over dry leaves. The satisfying crunch is so crisp to the tongue. Here. try it. Now, if you didn't trust me, you wouldn't be here to make a deal. The first sip is free. Isn't that the most wonderful sensation? Your head clears and suddenly you have a good idea. A sensational idea. Oh, settle down. Stop feeling around like that. What you're experiencing is a side effect that makes you desperate to put it to paper. You'll think you'll forget, but don't worry. It will stay in your noggin until you can jot it down. The more you drink at once, the bigger the idea. So you choose whether you want lots of little useful ideas or one big special idea. I can't promise the form that the idea will take. Sometimes they're quite mundane. There's a new way to organize your cabinets, or little lifestyle changes that add up to make you a much happier being. Or they can be quite grand, like a new business idea. But no guarantees, no refunds. And remember, it's just an idea. It's up to you to make it reality. I only sell 1 can per creature now. In the past, people bought barrels at a time. It was so entertaining, but the powers that be outlawed it, put restrictions on. It became not fair for one person in an area to buy out the stock and hog all that goodness. And it can be quite dangerous. There was this madman named Leonardo. You should have seen him strapping leather wings to another human. You had to be there. Oh, how did this one get here? This is just chloroform. Not for sale. Lovely little bottle, though. Oh, this one is quite remarkable. This seems like an ordinary wine bottle. But listen once I've removed the cap. Isn't that magnificent? It only boils for a short while, and then it's perfectly chilled and ready for serving. It tastes like the first few days chilly enough to pull out your favorite sweater and how cozy that feels. It's a social vintage. When shared, all who imbibe will remain pleasant and friendly until the next sunrise. And hopefully by then, it will have grown a rapport good enough to make interactions easier thereafter. If you're having a meal and it's impossible to avoid inviting difficult family, this will ensure they don't bring up any sore subjects. If you're at an event meeting new people, it makes sure that nobody feels awkward or says anything too strange because they're just not comfortable yet. What's more, one bottle will pour everyone at a gathering one small glass worth. It's tricky to calculate, no exact number of people or events, but a wedding of about 200 people, well, this bottle will take care of them all. Or you can use the bottle for a handful of smaller gatherings. It feels like the bottle decides. One other thing about this, you get to decide if the drinks are alcoholic or not. I'm really quite proud of this one. Now, let's have another one to try. This one is ever so useful. This one is made from mushrooms that no longer grow in your realm and roasted vegetables that never did. It smells like liminal spaces and in-between places, and it tastes of a hayride. This drink will keep you safe while traveling. Now, traveling has always been dangerous all through time, no matter where you're from. Getting lost, highwaymen, accidents. The risks vary, but are ever present. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just being factual. As harvest begins this time of year, the need to travel increases. A good many events, holidays, and gatherings are all clustered together. Whether you're trick-or-treating or flying to the family. It's worth having this extra caution. Daylight is fleeting and the darkness stretches. Drinking one full bottle keeps you safe all the way until the spring equinox. It's not just being safe either. You'll make good time. traffic lights always green. Never any backups in the route you take. Very useful. This small amount will keep you safe until the next moonrise. Delicious. Well, it's only fair I get to taste them too. Don't worry, they're only my samplers. You'll have full bottles. This one you have to listen carefully about. This liquid must be taken a very specific way. It's more medicine than refreshment. If you don't take it as instructed, it won't work at all. Now, you need 2 clean bits of sturdy foil cut into small, matching water drop shapes the size of your palm. You need 1 for the physical liquid, and 1 holds intent. You layer them together and gently form them into one shallow bowl with vertical sides. The point of the drop becomes a small spout. I have an example here, and if you don't mind, I'm going to hold your hands and help you feel exactly what I mean. Layer them like this. Not so hard. Yes, like this. Now tuck the spout in here. Yes, like that. You want to make sure there's a little opening here. Otherwise it's not a spout. There. Just so. It's important to remember this shape. Now, I hope you're not squeamish. This drink is made from a spider milk and granules of an anthill. Yes, really. You pour just enough in to fill the bottom of the shallow bowl, but not up the sides, and then you sip it through the spout. The concoction has gotten many a farmer through a hard, long harvest. Anytime you have a large job, something necessary but difficult or strenuous, this will ease that experience. The hours don't feel so long. The burden is not so heavy. If it didn't take so long to milk a spider, I would be tempted to manufacture this one en masse. Now, Now, the last one for this visit. Here. Now, I already said I won't do love potions, but if romance is on your mind, this may help. This simple drink, perfectly clear, smells like sunset through red leaves. It tastes like writing in a personal journal. And I'll let you smell but not sample. You can feel it tugging in your chest, can't you? If you drink 1/3 of this bottle and then immediately have a conversation with the person of interest that you're conflicted about, then you will be granted a deep clarity as to the nature of your feelings. Fine print, though. There's fine print. Listen well. This will help you understand your current emotions only. And doesn't mean that with time it won't change, either waste away or thrive with work. You'll simply be able to understand if that burning in your chest is puppy love or infatuation, lust, or a strong admiration. Is it just a deep friendship that has you confused? Or is it a misplaced desire to be them? More than one egg has cracked from this potion. If you know, you know. You learn whether your feelings are based in fertile soil or doomed to fail. Again, you'll know your own heart and the potential therein for a true romantic relationship, but you still have to put the work in to make it so. Since love takes two, the potion also is kind enough to let you know whether you even have a chance with the interest. If it is never to be, and the person absolutely does not feel anything for you, you will understand that. I know it can be hard to pick up signals, and it's so easy to misinterpret. This cuts through all of that. But remember, having a chance with someone is not the same as a sure thing. Many have had their heart broken by the truth, so only use this if you know you have an adequate support network should you find out the worst. Or you can buy it along with that melancholy brew from earlier. You get 3 chances per bottle. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you should have your speech back. Give it a try. No. Yes. Oh, that's complicated. Stop. So many questions, and some a bit personal. I understand your mind is lit up with excitement, but I've given all the info I care to give for this visit. Did any of the liquids strike your fancy? I thought so. As for payment, what have you brought me? That's an heirloom. Oh, big spender. How many generations? Oh, yes. I retract any coach shoulder I may have given you before. You are welcome back any time. This more than pays for your order. Pick an extra 2. I'll not be in debt to a mortal. Perfect. Well, we're all done here then. Delighted to have met you. We'll shake here, you'll wake there, and your purchases will be safely bowed and stowed in your icebox. There will be info tags on each one, so there's no mix-ups. Remember to shush your friend. I don't have a store on the high street for a reason, and I'm not interested in a rush. Now, if you put your hand out, let's shake. And be naughty.